Welcome, history buffs and curious minds, to Unlikely Connections. Today, we're embarking on a truly wild journey. We're going to attempt to link two seemingly unrelated historical figures or objects. Our challenge? To connect the humble banana to the infamous Australian bushranger, Ned Kelly. Sounds impossible? Let's see how we go. Our journey begins, as promised, with the banana. Now, you might be thinking, what could a banana possibly have to do with anything historical beyond, well, being a delicious fruit? But the banana as we know it today gained significant prominence in the 19th century, thanks in part to William Cavendish, the 6th Duke of Devonshire. William Cavendish, a very rich man in Victorian England, was a passionate horticulturalist, which means he likes plants and gardening. In the 1830s, a missionary named John Williams brought a particular species of banana, Musa acuminata, from the South Pacific island of Mauritius to England. These bananas eventually found their way into the Duke's greenhouses. It was here that the Duke's head gardener successfully cultivated these bananas. In fact, most of the Cavendish bananas we eat today are descendants of those grown at Chatsworth. So, our first link: bananas to William Cavendish, the 6th Duke of Devonshire. Now, who was this remarkable head gardener I mentioned? Well, our next link brings us to a real go-getter, Joseph Paxton. Paxton started as a garden boy, but eventually rose to become the head gardener for the Duke of Devonshire at Chatsworth. But Paxton was far more than just a gardener. He was an architect, an engineer, and an innovator. His groundbreaking work at Chatsworth, particularly his use of glass and iron in greenhouse design, made him very famous in gardening circles. So, our second link: William Cavendish to Joseph Paxton. Joseph Paxton's most famous creation, the one that made him pretty famous in the architectural world, was the Crystal Palace. This huge structure, made almost entirely of cast iron and glass, was designed to house the Great Exhibition of 1851 in London. It was an engineering marvel of its time, showcasing the very best of Victorian innovation and industry. Its modular design and the way it could be put together so quickly was revolutionary, and it drew millions of visitors from all corners of the world, eager to witness the wonders of the age. Sadly, it burnt down in 1936. So, our third link: Joseph Paxton to the Crystal Palace. Among the countless exhibits at the Great Exhibition of 1851, showcasing the latest in technologies, was the innovative work of an American inventor named Samuel Colt. Colt's Patterson and Walker revolvers had already made the name for themselves, but at the Great Exhibition, his new 1851 Colt Navy revolver got a lot of attention. It was a sleek, reliable, and powerful weapon, perfectly suited for a world that was expanding a lot at the time. The Crystal Palace was the perfect stage to showcase his groundbreaking firearm technology. So, our fourth link: the Crystal Palace to Samuel Colt. And finally, we arrive at our destination, connecting this global exhibition and new American firearm to colonial Australia. The 1851 Colt Navy revolver became incredibly popular worldwide and soon found its way into the hands of those on both sides of the law in 19th century Australia. Our final link brings us to Ned Kelly, arguably Australia's most famous bushranger. Ned Kelly and his gang were active in Victoria during the late 1870s, and while they used a variety of firearms, the 1851 Colt Navy revolver was a common and prized possession for many in the Australian bush at that time, including the Kelly gang. Colt's revolver was among the weapons used by the Kelly gang during their audacious raids and their final dramatic shootout at Glenrowan. And there you have it! Our unlikely connections are complete. From the cultivation of bananas by William Cavendish, whose head gardener Joseph Paxton designed the Crystal Palace, where Samuel Colt showcased his 1851 Colt Navy revolver, a weapon that found its way into the hands of the notorious Ned Kelly. Who would have thought that a sweet tropical fruit could be connected to an Australian outlaw through a chain of horticultural innovation, architectural marvels, and fancy new gun? It just goes to show that history is one big jumble, and every bit of it can lead to the most unexpected connections. Join us next time on Unlikely Connections as we delve into another improbable historical link. Until then, why not explore some history and see if you can make your own unlikely connections?